So what's the hardest part of working in tax planning that people don't realize?
Oh, that part's easy. The hardest part is getting accurate information. So a lot of times, if you go to taxsherpa.com, you click book an appointment, you'll get a call with Serena, and she'll do the survey call. And the survey call is when we talk about your situation, and she'll gather your numbers and say, okay, I'm married, I've got a house, I've got a job, I've got this, that, and the other. And then we bring all that back to the team and we work on a plan for you. And it's a rough plan because we're not deep diving into the numbers. And we'll say, okay, based on the numbers you're giving us, then we could do this, that, and the other, and we could save you, $20,000, $30,000, whatever the number is. And so that's one level of difficulty because a lot of people just don't know their numbers. I'm making this much on this rental property, and then we look at the tax return from last year. It's not making that much. Or when we get farther into an engagement and we need actual documentation, people are just very slow to get it to us, and that slows down the whole process. So right now we're in tax filing season, and for some clients we talk to throughout the year. That's what we prefer, and for them there's no real issues because we're up to date with everything. For the people we see once a year, they're sending us files, and then we're starting tax returns, and then it's like, oh, we're missing this, that, the other. So like one today, and this was my own fault. The guy was here in the office. He was missing a couple forms, and he said he'd send them in. He did send them in, and then I realized when he was here, I forgot to get his birthday. So now we're just reaching out to him to get his birthday, so we can put that number in the tax return. It doesn't change the numbers at all. We need it for filing. So it's always those little things that we're missing. And a lot of times we're just like missing one thing, one form from a client. A big one is the Obamacare form, the 1095A. Listen to me now, anybody who's thinking about filing tax return. If you had Obamacare, then you need to include your 1095A. And that is the statement from the marketplace showing how much you paid, how much they paid, and what the second lowest cost silver plan was for your zip code and your family status. It's, just key information that is needed. And so in the old days, what used to happen was we would send in a tax return not knowing that the client had Obamacare, and it would get accepted. And then they get a letter 6 weeks later saying, hey, you didn't include your Obamacare. So we need that information in order to process your return. And then, that takes an extra 2 months or whatever. So these days, most of the time, the IRS will actually reject the tax return first and say, hey, you didn't include your Obamacare. So that's actually progress.
Yeah, that's true. Save time, at least.
Saves time, yeah. But yeah, the hardest part is definitely getting complete and accurate information from people. And whether that's on the planning side or on the filing side, both are the same issue.
Alrighty, so we have a real estate question.